I was going to say, spent a lot of time organising Nick, but that's an impossible task. That's some good froth.
Well, you've been on holiday for 3 months. You come back desperately realizing you need to do some actual work. So we're filming another day in the bike shop. That's the camera you should have had, you know? Canon.
I wish.
So we currently have 39 work orders open, but that's a mix between servicing and builds. The problem we've got is that for most of it, we need 1 or 2 parts. So I've got a starter that James is doing over there. I'm waiting some parts for a zip. I've got a kinesis that we need to finish, but we're waiting for headset bearings. A trek, we're waiting for headset bearings. We have to build an Envy. I've got some guys that ruin the wheels. I need to show you that. I've got a wheel where a guy's ridden over a nail and it's just gone straight through the tire and straight through the rim. Probably the best puncture I've ever seen. Some bikes people need to pick up. Yeah, so it's not crazy. It's just a waiting game. But then on top of that, we need to sort out our website. We need to, I don't know, just a lot of stuff. We've got some new bike projects we've been working on, waiting for them to arrive. So new paint colors for new frames coming. I don't think there's anything wrong with the bearings. So I can replace them, but I think we're wasting money over here. I honestly think your non-drive side spokes needs to be greased. I mean, they're very fucking noisy. And that is like a creaking noise, and it's just like, if they're just pinging. It's not all of them, yeah. I have the NVAG28 wheels in as well.
I'm working my way through a service, waiting for a few different parts on this bike actually. Yeah, so headset, just waiting for bearings, which have just arrived actually. Waiting for new cassette and chain. Just because, yeah, I feel like there's slightly different approaches when people come to looking after their bike. Some people kind of go for the regular service, replace less parts, kind of keep on top of chain wear. Whereas, yeah, unfortunately this one is ride it into the ground and then replace everything when it's needed. So, yeah, waiting for a cassette chain. And he's also upgrading to a Redshift suspension post as well. So, yeah, we'll be fitting that later on. This year I'm actually racing for a Chinese team. So it's called Hurricane and Thunder Cycling Team. They call it like China Pro League, so that's kind of their national league. There'll be races kind of all over the country.
Who's going to organise, Nick, when you're gone?
I think it's going to fall on your shoulders. I think if you're probably going to be spending a bit more time here than me. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. If you're going to be filming in here, a day in the life of the bike shop when I'm not here is going to be interesting.
Who's going to build all the bikes?
These are all questions that don't currently have answers to, but I'm sure we'll find a way. The bearings are actually okay in this, so it's more just a case of cleaning and re-greasing the threads. Yeah, this actually, the customer really looks after their bike. So one thing we're going to do on this is just pack this full of anti-seize. So it's actually something, yeah, in some ways it's fairly common on SRAM, just basically the system with the way the crank bolts onto this, it can often become corroded. So this one was an absolute nightmare to get off. Yeah, it did involve us hanging off a really long Allen key to get it off. But yeah, we fill this full of anti-seize, just make sure the threads are clean as well. Hopefully it will avoid that problem in the future.
How was the deal?
Yeah, really good.
All your videos, it looked good. A lot did look wet at times. Yeah, how are you?
So there's nothing triggered it.
Yeah, if you ride your bike too much, the downside to that is, you know, your power to weight gets better, but you don't want power to weight, you just want weight.
Weight to weight.
Weight to weight ratio.
Nothing ever goes wrong, you see, so nothing gets dismantled on it.
You need your power and your weight to go up.
No, because we didn't do it.
What are you having to do with this bike, James?
Work out why the gears aren't working, which has proven to be a bit of a challenge. Along with changing crank length, which is a bit of a hot topic at the minute. It's broken. The mag's broken, basically. Yeah. Is there a way to like reset mechs? Do you know anything about that? Or it's just like initially wasn't. Yeah, just see.
I'm just trying to like get all the pivots lubed up. Something I do like about SRAM, how easy it is to take the mech off, do stuff with it, and then just put it back on. It's not a thing of like...
Just realised got all you're eating.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
The motor is struggling. Because it's like it shifts all the way, but it's like as if...
Thing was about, it seems like tighten the beat limit. It really just like didn't like that at all.
Yeah. Because it's like if you push it slightly, it works. You know, like if you give it a bit of like encouragement. But hold on, the B limit is to. Let me just try something else before we say anything, because it might be that bolt is stripped.
Yeah, the lower limit doesn't work. Try.
It's fine. It's not too tight. I just wanted to make sure it's not. We need to figure out the jockey wheel situation.
Yeah.
11 to your 10th tooth sprocket shift is going to be slow, but that's your jockey wheels are worn out. Sorry?
I don't know how that
So
Basically, there was a few things going on there. So when I tightened up, you know how you're like missing the upper end and lower end. I then fitted a new chain, tightened the B limit. But basically, the mech is kind of like in protection mode. So it's like it didn't want to shift. But the reason it didn't want to shift in the first place is because it's for the crap. Basically, so it wasn't moving freely. And as soon as there's resistance there, it doesn't want to force it because it knows it will snap the mech basically. So then obviously Nick's cleaned it, but then I'd left the B limit tightened, so it was like under too much load still. Which in theory is like it's
not too dry.
Very repetitive movement in one dimension.
What? It's like what do you call it? That Le Coq Sportive, like the cock.
That's what I was going for. Mm-hmm. You know what? That's actually it's a work of art.
It's just been a bit chaotic in here, as is every day lately, in terms of new year, new brands, new products, new releases. A lot of stuff's people are telling us about stuff before it arrives, which is interesting. And it's like, the bad thing about that is then like you kind of like want to wait before you order certain stuff. And there's people dropping in with problems. Waiting for parts, random stuff arriving. Yeah, it's good. So it's all good problems. It's just, I think the admin side of the shop is ramped up massively, while the building and servicing hasn't slowed down either. So yeah, but it's just like, for instance, one whole bike just to build it. That's what I've been waiting for, a chain ring, so we can go. James is looking for a wheel for another bike. It's officially summer because he's propped the door open. That's a first. I'm looking to build a new tool, so I'm looking at new tools, ideas, stuff that I want to get. All good stuff.
So it's actually a present to myself. And this is, you know, I was racing out in Asia last year and I got really ill afterwards. So we're taking preventative measures this year and getting a mask that's now on clearance because.
This isn't for carbon dust then?
No, this is COVID related / illness related. So stay safe when you're traveling. Yeah, check this out. It's ready. It's ready for a 10-hour flight. So this customer is actually he's getting new wheel sets. He wants a new wheel set. He is kind of getting for Dirty Reaver. So we are setting him up with a set of 45mm Maxxis tyres on scope S4As. Yeah, getting tubeless with some WTB sealant, which seems to be pretty decent. Yeah, getting ready to go. Got to be choc chip, classic.
You're often leaving work early. It's the
Some would say early, some would say the right time. But yeah, when there's a day like this, the rule in the shop is someone's got to leave early and ride the bike, and Nick doesn't ride anymore, so yeah, I've got to feel that duty.
There was a great social ride up there years ago, which
Since you've left, you know, you've been away so long that I've become a roadie. You know, I hate riding on the road, but I love this bike so much that I'm actually riding on the road. It's completely not what I usually would go for in terms of color, but I'm really glad I've gone for it. I'm just giving it its daily wash.
What is your go-to cleaning product?
Motorex.
Why?
So, for a very long time, we've been trying like different things, but we use this stuff called Pro Green MX, which is for motocross, and it just works really well. The degreaser it's this stuff actually. They've changed the name to Motor Verde. They do like a degreaser and then they do a cleaner as well, and it does work really well. But it's not very, like, people don't buy it for bicycles for some reason because of the branding, I assume. And then we've tried everything else, all the other cycling specific brands, but they just don't clean as well. And because I'm the one washing all the bikes in the shop, I'm not too fussed about branding or things, but I want something that works. This bottle's almost empty. 2 seconds, top it up. Started using this because I really like the grease. And when I ordered the grease, they sent me some of the cleaner. But this stuff, you don't need a degreaser. I clean chain, cassette, everything with it. I've even tried a few stuff where on my gravel bike, after a ride, I've just sprayed it, left it for 5 minutes, came back, used the hot water hose pipe, which is this one. It's not a pressure washer. And not had to use a single brush, and the bike was immaculately clean. So, yeah, it just works really, really, really well. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. It's just easy. It works. It's good stuff. Like I said, we're not looking for brand specific. We purely want stuff to make my life easier. That makes my life the easiest. Brush. Have you felt the new SRAM rate brakes? I've done my first couple of weeks of riding the bike, so I'm just checking everything over, making sure everything's still tight. All the bearings will bed in slightly. So like, essentially, when somebody does a first service, I think that tripod's doing you a disservice. You should not use it probably. You can, but it's just like, it limits to your movement. So I'm just, there we go. Tighten that up. Check the hubs. Make sure my brakes are still straight. That one's not straight.
How many rides have you done on the bike?
I don't know, about 5 or 6. I'm getting a new gravel bike next week. Put a brake in and the piston move and everything moves slightly. It's just slightly off center. So what I do is I stick this in, make sure the piston's pushed out completely. Then I put the pads back in, wheel back in, and then I just make sure it's perfectly centered. The problem with this as well is because it's my bike. I did the video and stuff, so you're focusing more on video and doing all the finer stuff, and then you ride, and it's just kind of like tweaking things. Where generally speaking is I do the video of the bike and then everything gets checked over afterwards, tweaked, and then it goes out. But this one, I'm bad for neglecting my own bikes.
What video projects have you been getting on with while I've been away?
Just doing my own build videos now. So, yeah, just, well, you abandoned me. Jimmy's too busy up there. Nobody knows where Francis is these days.
We saw him this morning.
I know, he came here. I still see him all the time, but the man's busy. So I just decided you can only rely on yourself. So I've tried to figure out how to do things. Yeah. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm more treating it as like just essentially learning stuff.
You're the most professional out of all of us. You've got a 800-pound tripod that I'm now using.
I've got all the mics that all of you guys want to get. Yeah, but I'm doing it purely so that I can justify buying more camera stuff. So then, because before everybody's giving me grief saying I'm buying all this camera gear and not doing anything with it. So I've decided, well, let's do something with it. And then you and James and Jimmy and everybody can just leave me alone in terms of the shopping I'm doing. I'm going to Wex later today to buy another lens. I just like it. Something different to bikes. Don't think Pirelli's going to be happy that I've got Michelin's on there.
See you later, Nick.
Goodbye, Joshua. This admin stuff is killing me, mate. Like, I just want to work on bikes. But yeah, maybe I should just spend the whole night getting all of this stuff sorted, and then I'll be free to hang out with you and figure stuff out. Yeah.
We've got lots of plans this year.
Yes, we need to do some rides. I want to do like some actual bike packing where I don't stay in a hotel or stay in a tent, preferably a tent that you carry on your bike. But what else? I want to do more glorious gravel. Shouldn't ride more. I don't know what, but yeah, you figure your calendar out, I'll figure mine out, and then we'll do it. And maybe actually, when I get a passport, let's do some traveling, go abroad or.
Should we get people to let us know in the comments what they want to see from the bike shop?
Well, yeah, I don't know, like, I'm easy to do everything. It's difficult because you do stuff over and over every day and you don't know what people are actually interested in. I mean, I'm interested in really weird stuff like bearings, but people want to see other stuff.
So let us know in the comments what you want to see.
Yeah. And then we'll try and make it if we can. Maybe I don't know how to do it, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
You're a YouTuber now.
I make videos. I wouldn't call myself a YouTuber just yet. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. But yeah, I've got a few videos I need to edit, build videos, see how it goes out. I'd like to do, I don't want to do reviews, but I would like to do videos on, I don't know how to word it, but products that I like. It's just kind of like, I like this because of this, this, and this. This is the person I think it'll work for. This is the person I think it won't work for. This is something I would like the brand to see doing, and then essentially let that out. So I don't know if it'll work, but I think I'm going to try and do a few of them, and then if it works, then I'll keep making it. But then again, I like really weird stuff, so maybe nobody will like what I like, but yeah, let's give it a try.